Unforgivable, the controversy that ended her career. There are many celebrities who were famous on our screens that you no longer see. Question is, what happened to them? Remember, Hollywood's very strict regarding the people they feature in their projects. One slight misconduct can lead to a complete ban from Hollywood. However, some just decided to stop acting and focus on their personal lives, and many of them are no longer working due to misconduct, among other accusations. This article breaks down every detail you need to know about these stars. Julia Stiles. Julia Stiles is one of the most famous TV star names. However, she recently revealed that she might never again appear on the screen as an actress. Since the breakthrough of 10 Things I Hate About You in 1999, Julia Stiles has been neglected in Hollywood. Stiles appeared to lose favor in Hollywood gradually, while her fellow actors and actresses made good progress in the process. Some time back, Julia Stiles was the actress who had it all. However, following a shift to Broadway, Julia wasn't making as many appearances in expensive movies as she used to. Even though she tried hard to reclaim her status in Hollywood, Stiles wasn't anymore in directors' good graces, and she took off the screens to start her family. Julia got the leading role in the famous Riviera after giving birth to her firstborn, Strummer Cook. Julia quickly got back into the business and landed various roles in The God Committee and The Hustlers by Jennifer Lopez. Julia Stiles confirmed the delivery of Arlo, her second child, at the beginning of 2022. A few months previously, she made her first pregnancy announcement when she graced the red carpet at the Humans film premiere. Stiles undoubtedly took a break from acting to recuperate from delivery and invest time with her family. Still, she won't be gone for very long. Having my attention focused on my baby has made me a better performer because I don't return home every night thinking about every small scene, the actress said to People after she gave birth to her first child. In an interview, Stiles said that after she started a family, she found more happiness than there in her career. She told the New York Times that she might never come to the screens anymore as an actress, but she is excited about returning to the second phase of her career. Her life's still together, though, and she's believed to be doing better than what she could have done in the acting industry. As we speak now, Miss Stiles is worth $12 million. Toby Maguire. Toby Maguire was a fantastic Spider-Man in the 2000s and a major factor in the rise in the popularity of superhero movies. Maguire's career stalled despite his triumph as Spider-Man, which made some people worry that Hollywood was blacklisting him. Actor Toby Maguire immediately rose to prominence after the release of Spider-Man in 2002, becoming one of the greatest stars in the world. He was aware of it. The actor reportedly received $4 million for the movie and requested a pay increase for the follow-up, but he had no idea that his negotiating strategies would backfire on him. Sony allegedly sacked him and approached Jake Gyllenhaal to take over the part. Maguire summoned his doctor to a meeting with Sam Raimi, the director and producer Laura Ziskin, in 2003, after learning that Sony was pushing forward with a Spider-Man sequel, alleging that he had hurt himself while filming Seabiscuit and wouldn't be able to execute the stunts in the follow-up. Even his spokeswoman said that Toby had experienced mild soreness in his back, which was in the final stages of recuperation after filming 2 physically hard films in a row. He further said that everyone concerned wanted to make sure that he could perform the difficult stunts because the show could begin on April 12th, just a few days from then. From various reports in 2003, Maguire was displeased that Ziskin got nearly $30 million more from the first movie than he did. Sony, though, called his bluff. The report continued by stating that the studio offered Gyllenhaal and informed Maguire that they could no longer afford to postpone the movie due to his back issues. Variety said that to rescue the day at that moment, Maguire's agents had to intervene. The actor would behave himself, they promised Sony. The actor consented to medical testing to demonstrate that he was fit for the follow-up. The Los Angeles Times said that while Maguire admitted the issue had reached the point where he had to look these individuals in the face and say, "I'm genuinely sorry," he always insisted that the rumors about this being a negotiating technique were nonsense. "I'm prepared to go to any lengths," he said. Was Toby Maguire put on a blacklist by Hollywood due to the commercial success of the Spider-Man films? Fans have discussed this issue extensively, and the general consensus is divided. However, some of his fans have made great comments regarding what might have caused his output in big movies to slow down. According to one Quora user, Although Toby Maguire is not on the Hollywood blacklist, his popularity has substantially dropped since his heyday in Spider-Man 1 and 2. The main causes include his regular appearance, Spider-Man 3's failure, a string of duds in the past years, and his scandalous poker game, as per the latest reports. Toby Maguire is now worth $75 million. Brendan Fraser. Hollywood attracted to actor Brendan Fraser in the late 1990s and early 2000s, when films like The Mummy and George of the Jungle topped the box office. Though he appeared to vanish from the spotlight, the actor has finally explained why. The 90s favorite didn't seem out of work out of choice, but because he believed Hollywood had blacklisted him for speaking out about historical abuse in 2018. The actor stated that he was a victim of sexual assault in Hollywood and accused the then president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, Philip Burke, of abusing him. He said Burke had pinched his ass and abused him sexually. In a 2018 interview with GQ, Fraser said that Burke's alleged grabbing of him at an HFPA luncheon during 2003 caused his career to wither down, making him feel terrible, reclusive, and depressed. He said his left hand reached around and held my ass cheek while one of his fingers rubbed him in the taint. He then began to move it about. He said that he felt sick and experienced a childlike feeling. My throat felt like I had a ball in it. I was on the verge of crying. At least in my head, I felt like I had lost something. He earlier attempted to characterize the episode in his 2014 biography as a joke, and in a recent statement to GQ, Burke added, "His career fell through no fault of ours." Burke remains a member of the HFPA. Fraser states that after receiving a written apology for his unexpected discovery, he was excluded from any communication. He was shut out from Golden Globe Awards by the HFPA. These made him wonder whether he was blacklisted. After all these events, the actor went through more, starting from his health, his mother's death, and a divorce. According to the current reports, Brendan Fraser is worth $20 million. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is among the most polarizing celebrities in the world. While some tend to be excited with anything he's in, others can even leave the theater if he appears only in a trailer. He used to frequently appear in high-budget comedies, acting as the main character in movies like Dumb and Dumber, The Truman Show, Liar Liar, and others. But he's appeared on screen much less frequently lately. Here's why Jim Carrey is no longer sought after by Hollywood. One main issue with Carrey is that it's difficult to predict whether audiences will love or despise him. The comedian's outrageous antics might succeed brilliantly in some roles, while failing miserably in others. Comments on the website The Top 10s range from "Can't tolerate this guy" to "Don't see why he's in the cast, Jim's hilarious." Carrey is ranked as the 47th worst actor of all time. Studios would be hesitant to take a chance on a star who so unpredictably divides audiences. Carrey's eccentricity clashed squarely with his professional responsibilities when he decided to advertise Kick-Ass 2 no longer. The Washington Post claims that in a few tweets, Carrey expressed his displeasure with the graphic film and linked it to the Sandy Hook school shooting, which took place shortly after the film's conclusion. Mark Miller, the creator of the Kick-Ass comic book and the movie's executive producer, responded with a since-deleted open letter that Think Progress cited at the time. Oddly, Jim's role in Kick-Ass 2 is a Christian, and the major issue we made of the fact that he refuses to use violence was because he's a born-again Christian, says Miller. With a lead part in the series, Kidding, Carrey just made a comedic comeback on television. He plays a children's TV show presenter, attempting to maintain his professional standing as his personal life implodes. Carrey recently said of that part, "Projects find you when you're ready to express them. That's what I discovered. For people who, for a certain reason, you've recently experienced something quite similar to, or who make you feel something from your past, are the ones you're drawn to." Today, Jim Carrey is worth $180 million. Edward Furlong. When Terminator 2 Judgment Day was released in 1991, Edward Furlong went from being an unremarkable 13-year-old to becoming a teen idol phenomenon. He took home the MTV Movie Award for the Best Breakthrough Performance for his role as the young outlaw John Connor, shielded by his patriarchal robot that is gradually becoming sentient. Furlong went on to co-star in movies with Jeff Bridges, Meryl Streep, and Edward Norton, among other great actors in Hollywood. However, as is all too frequently the case, his early zenith was followed by difficulties as an adult. Furlong's tale reads like a classic example of a former child star. Here's why Hollywood no longer casts him. In addition to being the target of a brutal custody battle when he was younger and the predatory attempts of a lady 13 years his senior, Mr. Furlong has also experienced legal troubles and serious drug addiction episodes. Edward said that his depression and upbringing contributed to his addiction and drug use. He also says that he began using drugs to feel less nervous with his friends, but that his use quickly turned into an addiction. He was said to have struggled with drug and alcohol problems as a youth and checked into rehab for the first time in October 2000. Between the ages of 22 and 26, he frequently used heroin and cocaine. However, his initial experience with rehab would not persist. During his divorce from actress Rachel Bella in 2009, a restraining order was obtained against him due to an alleged drug-related fight that included a punch. He was sentenced to 36 months in probation in 2010 for breaking a restraining order. He was taken into custody for felony assault and violence in October and November 2012, alongside his ex-girlfriend Monica Keenan, for an incident that occurred in December of the preceding year. He was detained once more for disorderly battery in January 2013. He was given a 180-day prison sentence in March 2013 for yet another probation violation. He was detained in May 2013 again and took a 5-year probationary period to avoid going to jail. In addition, he was required to complete a year of counseling for domestic abuse and spend 90 days in rehab for his addiction. Edward Furlong's career has experienced some bad twists in the 25 years since he made his big screen debut, but Hollywood is a fickle business, as we all know. It's difficult enough to remain relevant as a renowned child actor, let alone as a legendary party animal. Recent appearances have shown that the former teen idol's lifestyle has taken a toll on him. Although it's been challenging for him to land high-profile roles as an adult, his resume has relatively few holes. Furlong is employed most recently on the Star Trek Renegades YouTube series. Today, Edward is worth $100,000 and working to be a positive person, as he says that he decided to change because he once looked at himself in the mirror and didn't like the person he saw.